You're such a good interviewer.
Oh,
I
thank
liked
you.
it. Yeah,
I
it's
I You're just fun. Actually, the people that you speak to bring out different sides of you.
yeah,
So
I believe that.
the energy of the people that some people just bounce off, and other people you're like, "Nah."
Yep. Especially when you look at, like, you've interviewed Ben Simkin and then you've interviewed me, which, like, could not be more
Polar opposite.
you know what I mean? Love you, Ben.
Was that what you thought this would be like?
Yeah, I love you, and, like, I love that there's so many facets to you, like, I love that you're, like, serious marketing guy, but then you're, like, theater guy, but then you're, like, just you, like, yeah, I'm kind of you've got so many facets to you as well, as do I, like, I can be completely different people still in one person, and I think that's kind of, like that's what's gonna make this pod great for you.
You know, it I really have no goals for how I want this to go, the podcast. It was more about
The best
me
way.
I'm personally feeling a bit lost in myself,
Yeah,
and I'm like, I believe that, like, when we have problems, or if you don't take action, like, clarity comes from action, I
yeah,
believe. So, like, if by staying still in my problems, I'd be, like, stuck more.
mm,
But I thought and the idea literally came to me, like, the day before I decided to freaking do it. Like, I literally
yeah.
did a post, and then they had, like, 10 people going, "I'd love to be on that. That sounds really cool." And then
Yeah.
Carissa's like, "Balls deep. That's it. Like, I love the name. I'm in." Like, my friends are a bunch of sickos. People in the business community, just, like, anything to do with sex, they're in.
The ruder,
Um,
the cruder, the better, the more I like you, the more we get along, like
this is gonna be the clitoral interview, like, look out. Like, I mean, who wants in? And all of a sudden it goes viral, like everyone wants to go
love
in.
it.
But,
I
um,
feel like you just need to lean in when you called to something else as well. I don't even know what mine there was no goals with mine either. I liked Connor. I thought I can talk underwater with marbles in my mouth. And then I thought and then I also thought like 3 minutes on Instagram and stuff isn't enough for me to talk about a lot of the topics that I wanna talk about, you know what I mean? I look forward to you
mm,
doing some solo ones too though.
I think I wanna do some solo ones.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be, like, combine marketing and mindset stuff together. Like, I went down marketing background, and then I went down the coaching background, and then I'm kinda like, stopped doing some done for you work. I was doing some agency work, and
Yep.
you know what? A bit like you, what fills my heart is helping
Yeah.
people and connecting
Yeah.
with people. And, this and having some fun. I love comedy. I freaking
Yeah.
love making people laugh. Like, if I make
What's the
someone
point
laugh,
if you're
that
not having fun?
my first theater show, um, there was a line that I did, and all I had to do was, like, pause, wait, and then deliver the line, and the anticipation made them laugh. Like, it was the
So good.
and it made me feel really powerful because I'm like I felt like an orchestra. Like, I could go like, "And laugh."
That is that is one of the things I try to break the ice pretty early on when I'm on stage, because I think there would be nothing harder, especially I think the biggest crowd I ever did was at, Gold Coast Convention Centre, and it was about 1,000 people, and, like, this is one of my first times on a big stage, and I'm, like, forgotten half my words, but I could see people writing, and I could see people laughing, and I'm like, "Okay," I'm like, "I'm getting through to them," like, I don't ever want any talk to be stale or boring or anything, but it's like, I actually think if you can, like, break the ice and make people laugh and, that sort of thing, I think then it kind of, like, softens the blow and it makes you a bit, like, lean into it a bit more or something?
Absolute
I love
icebreakers.
that you made them laugh by just, like, a little pause and they're like, "Is he gonna talk?" Like
Uh, and the unexpected, and surprise and delight and all these sorts of things. And I think, what growing up, I had a lot of bullying in school. I never fitted in. I had problems at
Hey.
home. I moved out of home in high school at 16.
Wow. I was 7.
I had a job. I had to pay rent. I cooked for myself. My grades went up, but,
Wow.
like, I learned to be self-sufficient at a young
You're amazing.
age
You're amazing.
because, well, I had to. I kinda had
Yeah.
I was dealing with some stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and the place in my heart always came from I never wanted people to feel the pain that I felt. And so it became and the risk with that is that you become a rescuer. You become
Yeah.
you
I
become a
f
person who wants to
so
save people.
oh, yeah. Like all my exes.
And you
If
know
you
what? That is bad. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. And so you've you gotta learn to love, but also to help them love themselves.
you've also gotta love yourself enough to know when people aren't serving you.
That's right. That's the boundaries thing as well. It's all about, like, understanding, like, is it a me thing or is it a them thing?
Oh,
Like, because is it my interpretation of what they're doing, or are they actually
yeah.
being an arsehole?
And I mean, like, I cut my parents off 2 years ago now.
Did
Not spoken.
ya? Wow, that's
Yeah,
huge.
no contact. My mum is the crazy narcissist, like, absolutely, like, quite scary. I think she's actually really bipolar, but rather
Yeah.
than going and getting medicated and being able to live a normal life and be a normal person, it's just easier for her to continue as she is, and, that's just a decision I had to make. I was like, "I can't do this anymore," and Cam was like, "Babe, every time they speak to you like shit." He's like, "Every time you speak to them, you get off the phone and you're just flat and you're not yourself." And he's like, that is not normal communication. It took someone like him to kind of really point it out to me. And my therapist kind of telling me for like 5 years that it's not normal. And yeah, it's been powerful. It's still hard. It still hurts. It's still hard. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like everything in my life has gotten better. Everything.
Yeah. That's
I'm sorry that you went through that so young too.
oh, it's alright, you know? I think that's why acting is so cool for me. I get to be someone else, and why
Love that side of you so fucking much because they would see you on stage just like you, and then you have your slides and you've got, like, your full makeup and your outfits and you just it's so good. It's fucking cool.
I love morphing, and I love that creative side, but then at the same time, the challenge is, like, you and the journey that I'm on at the moment is finding myself, because when you're a character, you're someone else, but
Yeah.
when you're, I'm Michael McNish and here I am, this is me, you
Mm,
gotta answer the question, "Oh, who is me?
yeah.
Who am I?" And I've had it's not an easy question, it's a journey that I've been going on, like, we define ourselves by, like, what we do. We
Yes.
sometimes define ourselves by how other people see us, and
Yes.
then how do you define yourself in terms of, like, you bring out a side of me that's fun and vibrant and quirky, but other people will bring out a different side of me. So the
Yeah.
question is it me? Are all versions me, or
Yeah.
is one more me than another version?
My husband will say that about me. He's because I call him the fun police because sometimes he's very boring and it's very annoying. And he's like, "But that's why I love you," because he's like, "You like make me do things that I wouldn't normally do," or you like, we'll go he's become more outgoing and he's become so much more fun. But I think that it's like I'm the same though. If I'm in a quiet room of quiet people, I'll just sit there and be like, "Okay."
Yeah,
You know?
people don't believe me when I say I'm an introvert, and I get drained with big groups of people. I need
Yeah,
my alone time. I love going to the gym by myself. I don't want anyone to talk to me. I just wanna do
that's
my
your
thing.
time.
And to the point where the solitude also, like, is my safety, but
It
it's also to my
recharges you though.
but it's also my detriment, because
Mm,
I think it comes down to, that pendulum that we talked about earlier about, um, it's about the balance.
yeah,
It's about, being able to go where you need to go, but find that equilibrium, finding that peace, that center point that
yeah.
you're not too extreme, but you're just sort of where you need to be. Um,
I don't know if this is true of you as well, but I feel like there was definitely a time in my life, probably through my early 20s, pre-marriage the first time, and then also late 20s, early 30s where I was out and doing things all the time, and I almost feel like sometimes that was, like, a coping mechanism for not wanting to be alone as well, so I feel like I would, like, be more outgoing and I would just be doing things
mm,
constantly, and now I actually find, like, it's actually so peaceful. Like, sometimes Cam and I will be on the other end of the house. He'll be playing PlayStation or doing one of his Nerdburger things, and I'll just be on my own doing something as well. And there's actually something really peaceful in that as well because I actually, as extroverted as I am, I do recharge being completely alone. I'm just like, I've had enough people in,
it's like an
you know
iPhone. I need to go
Yeah.
on my MagSafe. I need
Yeah.
to be
But yeah, like, I think that's actually
Mm.
fucking like, I think it's good too, but yeah, then sometimes I can also be a bit antisocial where I'm just like, "Ugh, I can't be bothered," and Cam's like, "Just
I think
go."
we all can. And you know what I love about this is that, in business and everything, we're all just freaking real people.
Yeah.
And like celebrities in Hollywood, I was reading something the other day about, we've always for so many years put these actors on pedestals, but you actually realize that they're just like us. They're
Yeah.
just people.
Yep.
And everyone that we look up to, they've got problems. They've
Mm.
got stuff.
Yep.
I used to look up to Robin Williams. Robin Williams was my idol. I bought every single DVD, even the shit ones that
Oh
he
my
was in. Like,
god,
I
I love
I
that.
had all of them, and, and when he died, I, I put a little video montage together with, A Friend Like Me from Aladdin on it because I'm
Oh,
like, "This is thing," and I even went to see him in Brisbane live for his, Weapons of Self-Destruction tour, and I
yes.
just went by myself because I was such a fan. I just fucking just went,
I love that.
and, but he had so much pain. He had so much
Yeah.
pain, he had trauma, he had addiction problems, he had a lot of stuff going on, but he loved making people laugh. He loved
Right.
being the version of him that brought this love to
Yeah.
the world that people
I've
just
seen
freaking.
interviews of him talking about that he's like, "That's what feeds me, like, that's what fuels me," and he's, like, just loved being that person for other people.
Mm,
That was heartbreaking. That was one of the ones I think that kind of, like, really stopped the world.
yeah, and I think sometimes we look at people in business and we
Mm.
go, "Oh my god, they've got something I don't. They're better than me." Like a whole comparison thing, but just looking at the highlight reel, you're just looking
Comparison
at
culture.
You're
Mm.
just looking at, "Oh, they've got the nice
Shocking.
car. My god, they're doing multi-million-dollar turnover. They're so good."
Yeah.
And then you look behind the scenes, you don't see what got them there. You don't see that trauma, like, what was that, Pokemon Go game? Remember that Pokemon Go? And overnight success, well, they had been working on that for 20 or 30 years, I think, or so before, like,
I
in
say
terms
that
of.
a lot too, like, it takes 15 years to become an overnight success and the rest,
Yeah,
everything else as
it's
well.
overnight.
It's actually really funny that you mentioned that too, because I remember, I speak about this in one of my early podcasts I had with one of my ex-staff, and she was like, "Do you remember when you had this, like, multi-million dollar business and you were driving this, like, $2,000 piece of shit Lancer that you'd had forever that had, like,
You
a
have a
missing
Lancer?
bumper?"
I had a Lancer.
I've had 2. I've had 2.
Ugh,
It had a fucking missing front headlight, had many poles had jumped out in front of that car and gutters and things like
those
that.
frickin' poles.
Oh, rude. But she was like, "It was so funny, like, you just see you rock in, like, ugly as fuck little car," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I didn't care, and it was really good on petrol." So, it was fine. I think even for the last 18 months before moving into this house, Cam and I sold both of our cars. We had, like, 2 like, $120,000 cars, and we shared a little piece of shit Mitsubishi ASX thing was worth 10 grand that's still sitting in our driveway because can't be bothered selling it. Like, we're just, like, people don't see the other stuff. They only see the bright, shiny
That's right.
Instagram. "Look at
Because
me."
you gotta make the scene look good. You gotta have an image, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I forgot to ask you a question before.
Yeah.
What's your biggest fear?
Ooh, look, honestly, it would be losing Cam, probably. That would be my biggest fear. That would be really scary. People are like, "Oh, is your relationship really that good?" Like, it is that fucking good. Like, I actually didn't know that this existed, and I didn't believe it existed, which is why I didn't date anyone for 6 years before him. Um, and just what my life would look like without him. Like, we just did our life insurance and stuff last week, and we've just done our wills and stuff, like, a few months ago. I was like, "This is so morbid," but I was like, "This is really scary to think he's 44, and, like, we've had friends that have died younger than that.
Mm.
From cancers, from sporadic things, from whatever. So my biggest fear is losing him because I think he is just so fucking awesome.
And what about business?
Business-wise, I don't know. I kind of am a bit of the mindset that I'm like, "Yeah, if this goes under, I'll just do something else." Like,
Nothing scares you in business anymore?
not really. I don't think so. Look, I mean, AI a little bit. Does I wouldn't say it scares me though. I think it's more that I think people are using it for the wrong things. I think it will overtake a certain element of it, but I think at the end of the day, people will always want to do what I like, they want me or they, they still
Mm.
need like, especially my industry, they're person to person, like they're kinesthetic, they need that. So I don't know if there's anything that really scares me.
What about a different way of saying it? Where in your business are you most uncomfortable?
For me, it would be hiring coaches because I've hired 3 that have been wrong. But then I also don't know that I really want that now. Like I used to want more money and more things, and now I'm like, "Meh, I'm actually really happy." So I don't know. I genuinely don't know. That's not me being
No,
like
no, I get
avoid
it.
or anything. Like I genuinely am like I'm actually pretty cruisy at the moment.
That's you know what? I sometimes think that's scary in itself because I go, if I'm comfortable and nothing's wrong and I'm not fearful of anything, am I actually pushing it? Am I growing or am I just maintaining comfort? Because,
Totally.
like, I'm like, "Oh."
We're
You know, sometimes we go through life and go, "Oh, things are really good." Shit. Why is everything so good? It's not allowed to be good.
Well, I think I did that for years, right? I could never have the relationship and the health and the, business going well. And like there would always be something that would kind of come in and shit all over it. Something I've learnt through my marriage with like, with my relationship with Cam is like it's okay to not have something happening all the time. And that has been really hard for me because I grew up in a family where you weren't allowed to rest. Like you always had to be doing something. I went to a school where, like, if you were loud or talkative or, every report card's Caitlyn's like, "Caitlyn talks too much, blah, blah, blah." So you just always kind of constantly slam for everything. So then it's like you kind of reach this place. I was saying this to my friend the other day, I was like, "I actually feel like I'm really at this place where I don't get upset by much, and I don't feel afraid to, like, just be myself and just kind of do whatever I want because 'cause I'm like, if I upset someone, that's about them," or, like, I don't know, I just kind of float.
Wow.
I've
That's actually
never
really
felt
cool.
like this in my life, and I feel like that's why I'm ready for babies too. Come in, fuck some shit up.
Yeah, I need some drama in my life, so let's create some chaos.
Yeah, and I even look back on
Yeah.
that, like, we've been doing IVF for 3 years. I've just had an 18-month break, which has been nice, but I look back and I was like, we never made space for them, first of all. Second of all, I lost one after breaking up with my family and, like, we've always had things going on. I was like, weirdly, we're at this place where, like, we both have great incomes. We're living in a beautiful house that we're not living in an apartment anymore. We're just kind of coasting. I'm like, "This is great now, like, we could really do this now," and I feel like almost energetically we haven't allowed it to happen. I'm a
Mm.
believer in that though,
I
you
believe
know?
in that too. I believe,
Yeah,
because us are in a game, it's our brain controlling what we can, can't, and what we
literally,
will
and
it
other
just
people.
overrules everything. Because if you be what's that saying? If you believe you can, you believe you can't, you're right.
Yeah, totally, totally, and you're like me too, where, like, I believe everything manifests through, like, disease and illness and things like that, but it's all of our thoughts and, I believe in that too.
It's even worse when you know that and then you catch yourself, like, just having a negative moment, you're like, "Shit."
Stop it. Yeah, 100%, and then you try like, then you're like, "Oh, I don't wanna be, like, toxic positivity either, like, I need to sit in this and feel this, but I don't need to sit in it for too long," like, it's just kind of
"This breakup is awesome! I love it!" "This person assaulted me. Yes! I
Hun
created that and I am awesome and I wanted it."
100. That's so fucking funny, but yeah, you're like, "Don't be too toxic positive." Fucking hell, that's also a problem, but yeah, it's like you need to, like you're like, "I'm deciding I'm gonna grieve this 24 hours and I'm done. Moving
That's
on."
right. Oh my god.
I love
Mindset
it.
is insane and it really holds back, and I think, you're just awesome. You're just awesome.
Thank you. I think you're fucking awesome, really. I really mean that. I was so excited to see you post your pod. You must have posted it right at the right time because I was like, "Yes!" I was like, "Do it."
You're number 5. You're
That's
number
so
5.
good.
So, yeah, I'm excited. So, I'll go get this, edited up,
Love it.
um, and hopefully I'll try and post it by Monday.
Yeah, let me know. Just fling me a text or something. So good.